It's the day before the premiere, working on some more decorations. Just did a veto. I know it's yellow. It's a yellow golden power veto and it's huge, but it's just for decoration to make the premiere all nice. As you know, I did the keys. I did a video on that. So yeah, I'm really excited. Working on the food, gonna start that early tomorrow so I can enjoy everything. So I just finished making the cookies. Well, they're baking right now, but I did them. They're very healthy keto oatmeal cookies. It's a nod at slop, so still have to make everything else. I have the decorations ready and my family's really excited. I just got feeds and yeah, I'm excited to see the cast in this premiere episode. I'm also really nervous, but we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty sure the cast is going to be exactly what we think it is. Maybe a surprise due to the quotes and then that whole Christmas email. Evil Dick shared it on Twitter. So it looks like what we think it is, which isn't too bad. Like, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Dan and Will play again, and Derek as well, but it's okay. And Brittany Haynes. I just finished the cookies and they look good. They're very healthy. I hope they taste good. I could smell it and it smells good, but I mean, most things kind of smell good after they're being baked. I put a little tester cookie. I had like a little bit left so I could try it before I make other people eat it. I actually do think it's a good combo of crunchy and chewy. It's really good actually, especially for being healthy and not having real sugar. I used monk fruit. So this is a hit, guys. Used almond flour and oats, 2 eggs, butter, vanilla extract, cinnamon, baking powder. So yeah, these are some nice treats for BB. Almost time. Hi everyone. So I had a really great watch party. It was very small. Since I am on a keto type of diet, it was pretty healthy. The chicken, the vegetables, the oatmeal cookies, and it was bomb. It really hit. And then we were ready to watch the BB premiere. And the BB premiere was crazy. I was so nervous. I was yelling. I think I lost part of my voice. It's nuts. The set was really cool. Big screens. I thought it was interesting. It was kind of sad because there is no live audience, that it feels different, and then the whole COVID thing. Julie looked great. I loved her dress. She kind of reminded me of a teacher, especially when she kept yelling at the house guests to sit down. So Day, Danny, Nicole, and Christmas were the first girls to enter the house and compete, to see which one of them get to compete in the HOH comp at the end of the night. And it was so weird to see them up there with the masks and Julie standing 12 feet away. I don't know why they had to have their mask on at that point. I don't know why they couldn't take it off and then talk, because we weren't hearing them talk with their mask on. I don't know, I think it was also to show that they're being safe and there are precautions and they're taking this seriously. So I get it. I was so nervous. All of this live action. I'm glad they didn't evict anyone the first day, because I think that's ridiculous, especially when it's all-stars. They had to complete that in 4 minutes, which I think was such a short amount of time. And the girls, theirs was significantly harder. They had to do the 2 bottom holes at the end of the board. So I think that's a little ridiculous, because in each of the girls' heats, only one from each of them got to advance. So it was 2 girls against 4 guys. I obviously really wanted Danny to get it. She was close, she got really close, but I love the little intros. A lot of these people we haven't seen in a really long time on our TV screen, so it was nice to see into their family. Danny is so cute with Dominic and their daughter, and she's in really good shape. I'm excited to see her compete. Day had me smiling. She looks like she's in such a great place in her life. Got to see some more of Christmas and Nicole. Nicole's planning a wedding. I think they mentioned it multiple times. And Christmas, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm excited to see how she plays without Paul, and now that she actually can compete. So the next group is Enzo, Ian, Tyler, and Kevin. And baby Ian showed up on my TV screen, I yelled so loud. All the neighbors probably heard it. Oh my god, I missed him so much. He's so cute. I want to protect him at all costs. I'm excited to see how he plays this game. Obviously, it's been a while since I've seen, besides Tyler, any of them. So I'm excited for all of them. Kevin is so funny. I know that he's going to offer a lot of entertainment and I'm ready for it. I'm definitely rooting for him as well. Tyler, I knew that if he didn't get that HOH this week or make an alliance with somebody who did, that he would be a target because he's smart and good at comps. And they probably all know who he is at this point because he's on a more recent season. It wasn't last season, it was the season before. So I would say he's a huge target. He looked super nervous when he was playing that competition with the board. He was like shaking, like he couldn't get it done. But I was so happy that Ian did it. I was like, and his gray hair, he's 29 and he has gray hair. I mean, I know you could get gray hair at any age, but I was like, oh my god, he's gotten so much older. He looks so mature. He's no longer a little baby, even though I still call him baby Ian because I remember him back from his season and I was like, oh, he was a kid. Okay, so Nicole A, Janelle, Bailey, and Keisha were the next girls group to go in and do the competition. I was so excited to see Janelle. I also yelled. There was multiple people I was rooting for in this heat. I love Keisha as well. As I said, I was watching season 10 and she's just so likable and she looks great. So obviously so does Janelle. So I'm rooting for them. I love Nicole too, and I'm excited to see how Bae plays this game. Nicole A pulled through and did it. I was shocked because she's on the smaller side. Bailey and Janelle were so close. They got so close multiple times and I was like freaking out. I really wanted Janelle to pull through, but she has plenty of chances to win comps. Hopefully the queen will be safe. I also think in this little intro package, we see that Keisha still has a little bit of a chip on her shoulder in regards to Memphis, so interested to see how that all plays out if she puts it aside and they work together, which I think would be to her benefit. So the last guy group was Kaser, Cody, Memphis, and David, and they already have the side guy alliance. I don't even know, the guys that make it to final 2 and lose kind of connection between Cody and Memphis. They keep on bringing it up and being like, oh, who's better, Hitmen or Renegades? I don't know. In that, I was like, I could see them joining forces and taking over the house. It would be interesting. I know Dan was live tweeting and I was reading it. I was so excited. And he's definitely rooting for Memphis. He didn't mention anything about Ian, so I think there's some type of beef there. And then Ian, when the bios were put up, didn't put Dan as his favorite player. He actually put Johnny Mac. So I don't know what happened, but I'm disappointed and a little sad. In that heat, Cody and Memphis won it, so they'd be competing in the final HOH. In regards to the cast, this was exactly what I thought it would be. There was no surprises, which is fine with me. I mean, obviously my clown self really wanted to see Dan and Danielle, but it didn't happen, and that's okay. But I'm overall happy, excited, and scared. I think without Josh and Casey there's not much of a cushion for Ian, Nicole F, Tyler, and probably new school BB. So I'm really nervous, and I saw Ian acting so awkward and nervous. Even Nicole F was also acting a little weird. Tyler looked super nervous. I think they realized the same thing and they're like, oh, it's gonna be harder now. But I guess we'll see what they do with that. Maybe it leveled the playing field some more. Even though we do have some duos in the game, we have Janelle and Kaser, and Cody and Nicole F have played before. There's people that have played before, but I don't know, I don't see anything super solid, besides that Janelle and Case, or maybe if Memphis and Keisha want to team up, you know, so only time will tell. But I do like how the average age and overall, the house guests are older, there's more maturity. There's people that are genuinely here to play the game because they love it. So I think it'll make for an interesting season. I was watching the feeds already, saw day one, and they're all getting to know each other and kind of testing the waters. When the house guests all finally got to meet each other, we got to see, you know, who was more connected than others. We saw Day get super excited over Keisha and Kevin. You know, we saw a lot of them mingling. I saw Ian there a little like awkward and scared. So I don't know, but I do definitely think there's some connections before there has to be some kind of pre-alliances and things talked about before this. Funny to see the house guests ignore Julie when she's trying to tell them to sit down so they can move on, because it is a live show and live shows are messy, they're difficult, but Big Brother was able to pull it off. Yes, there were mistakes and really awkward funny moments, but I think it's sometimes inevitable. That HOH comp, I do have issues with this HOH comp because I think Cody had a huge advantage. He is light on his feet and he's a competitor. We know that he's won a lot of comps, but that's beside the point. I think that after that, they kind of figured out that those stars kept on moving and wiggling, so they would stop it, so they didn't have an advantage. But Memphis fell a good amount of times, and one of them, he like fell on his neck. I've seen all the memes about it and it's really funny, but I was like, oh my god, is he okay? These people are like 40 years old and they have these, like, we're starting off like, I would have preferred something like that meteor comp from the first BB All-Stars. I thought it was definitely going to be an endurance comp, but I think they had to get things moving because it was live. They had to get it done. And Christmas was also there, so I'm like, is she gonna break her foot again? So yeah, Memphis went first and then Cody went, and since the stars were still wiggling, he was able to kind of figure out which ones not to step on, which is a huge advantage. It saved him a lot of time. I think he did that competition in like 20 something seconds. It's crazy. Nobody really came close to that. I know they couldn't see each other, but Memphis had a huge disadvantage because of that. And I do think it's harder the shorter you are, because your strides are obviously shorter. So I think the shorter people struggled with that. I saw Christmas like reaching with her leg, Nicole, Ian. Even though Ian did really well, he got pretty far before falling. But by the time he got back up to go all the way back and do it, like Cody had already, his time was already the best. So, and then after that they get their envelopes and one of them gets a cash prize, the other ones get have-nots, and Christmas got that money. I would hate to get the money because I feel like you put a target on your back, so I was hoping Ian did not get that money so he doesn't have a target on his back. Like, who would want to put baby Ian, who's on slop, on the block? Even though I know what you guys are thinking, and I think the same thing, it'd be easy to put up people that had already won Big Brother, him and Nicole. Those are just easy, like, you already won, like, you don't need to win again. I think it was really funny when Nicole made the same mistake twice, Nicole A, when she went on the same wobbling one that she did before. And Danny's side eye was like, I was dying laughing. And with a live show comes a lot of mistakes. Not being able to get into the have-not room was like, that have-not room looks awful. I would hate to sleep there. But I think this is good in a way for the people that got have-nots, because like, they could form that bond with the others that are there. Ian, Nicole, A, Memphis, and Kevin. So I think that could be interesting. I remember from Ian's season, he was great at taking punishments and having slop. Like, he took it all so people would like him. The first room was revealed and it was the safety suite, and it could keep 2 people safe. So obviously I'm not gonna complain if it's people I like. I'm gonna keep my girl Janelle, Danny, Ian, Tyler. I don't know, I like so many people. Keisha. I really like Kevin now too. Of course, we see at the end of the episode, Bailey calls the bed under Swaggy's comic book picture. I was like, duh, we already knew you were gonna do that. Like, Big Brother practically reserved that for you. So I actually wanted to go over stats. I know competition wins aren't everything. You need strategy, a social game, but competitions are a good part of it. I wanted to go over how many wins they have in order. So at the top of the list, there's Janelle at 13 wins, a total comp beast. I know this is her 4th season, so she has had a good amount of opportunities to win. She won 6 HOH competitions and 7 POV competitions, and she made it, as we know, to top 3 twice. Second, there's another comp beast, Danny, at 9 wins. She has been in 2 seasons. This is her 3rd, and she's won 4 HOH and 5 POVs. Then there's Nicole F. I was actually surprised at this. She comes in at 3rd at 7 wins. She has been in 2 seasons, won one of them, and now this is her 3rd. She won 5 HOH competitions and 2 POVs. We actually have a 3-way tie for 4th place with 3 guys, Ian, Terry, Cody, and Tyler. Ian has 6 wins, 4 HOH, and 2 POVs. I don't think he should be counted out at all since he is on the smaller side, but he's proven to be really smart and good at comps. And he did really well today in that, whatever, that ball thing. Cody won 3 HOHs and 3 POVs, and now he won this HOH. So it's looking good for him this first week, obviously. Tyler also has 6 wins, and that's 3 HOHs and 3 POVs. And then after that, we have Nicole A at 3 wins, 2 HOHs, and 1 POV. Memphis also has 3 wins, and they're all POVs. And Kevin and Keisha also have 3 wins. Kevin has 1 HOH and 2 POVs. Keisha has 2 HOHs and 1 POV. Kaser and Christmas both have 2 wins each. Kaser has won 2 HOHs, and so has Christmas. They won 1 HOH. Davon and David haven't won any competitions. This would be her 3rd season, but I do think where her pros lie are more in the intellect and social game. I'm excited to see what she does this season. I think she's in a really good position because it seems like she has a lot of friends, like she's pretty social with a lot of people in the house, so that's really good for her. I think you're at a huge disadvantage if you're not well connected. Obviously, we know David was barely in the house. He was evicted first, then that whole camp comeback thing, so he didn't really have that much of an opportunity to win things. I actually wanted to talk about also some of the things that went on in the feeds. Of course, there was just a lot of, testing the waters and getting to know everyone, so nothing crazy as of yet. Janelle and Kaser are of course still good. They didn't talk much on the feeds, but they did have a conversation like, okay, we can't really be seen together, but everything's still cool, which is great. Love them, love to see it. This would be their 3rd season playing together. Cody and Tyler, no surprise, have an alliance. Cody said ready to run through this house to Tyler, and then Kaser came in. So there's definitely something there. I think they need each other. I said that from the beginning. I feel that either one of them would have had to win for them to be safe, because if they didn't, Old School would definitely put them up, because hello, they're huge targets. So I think they needed this, and an alliance between them is scary for everybody else, beneficial to them. Next week, I wouldn't doubt it if somebody they're not aligned with puts them both up. But yeah, I'm totally not surprised. I totally saw this coming. So Janelle was talking about how her and Dan are still close, and she talked about Danielle Murphy and how Danielle Murphy would talk a lot of bad things about her, and that she called Dan saying that, oh, why'd you tell CBS not to call me? It's just that whole kind of beef there. Ian was also saying that people from his season do not stay in touch, which is sad because I would have loved for him and Dan to stay close. But yeah, I'm assuming he's probably not close with Brittany anymore either. It doesn't look like him and Janelle kind of have a connection. I don't think they even really greeted each other. So, I mean, in the same season, so I guess they haven't talked in a really long time. Nicole and Kaser's bond, they bonded over being great, loyal people. Love it. They are so cute, and he told her that he felt bad for how people treated her season, and yeah, so did I. She was my favorite that season. She made a comment about the watermelons and about wanting to like, I think she had that PTSD from the watermelons in Jackson. She just wanted to like smash them in. I don't blame her. I probably wouldn't even want to look at a watermelon, and I love watermelons. Looks like could be an alliance between Ian and Nicole F, a winner's alliance. They were talking about people to bring in. She mentioned Memphis. Ian mentioned Nicole A and Kevin. So we'll see how that goes. I wouldn't be surprised. I think it would be smart for them to form some type of agreement, since they are past winners and huge targets, and they don't really have people to stand behind. Like I said, I'm sure they were hoping for Casey and Josh to be in that house. I think maybe there could be some type of alliance or agreement between Janelle and Memphis. They were talking there for a bit. So we'll see. Cody got his HOH room, and there was no letter or pictures. I don't know what that's about. But they were all in there talking for a while. Memphis was saying how he hated last season, hated Jackson. I think we all hated that season. It was hard to watch. Danny and Nicole F were talking for a while. They were talking about people they like. Danny said Tyler's cool. She said she likes Day. I think she said something about not liking Bay, and Twitter didn't take too kindly to that. So yeah, that's all I have. Let me know what you guys think about the cast, what you thought about the premiere feeds for the first day. Let me know, guys, in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. More BB content to come. I am so excited for this season. It's already taking over my life. Oh my god. So yeah,